This is another presentation by My Weight World.
Gastric bypass surgery, a global overview. Making the decision to have weight loss surgery is a life-changing step. There are many issues to consider, and the results can make an amazing difference in your health. But like anything worthwhile, this takes a great deal of commitment and education, as well as work not only after the surgery, but before. The goal of this presentation is to provide you with a global overview of what you need to get your body ready for surgery, help you plan for habits and lifestyle changes for after surgery, and give you ideas for optimizing health and well-being after surgery takes place. Be sure to refer to Part 2 on gastric bypass surgery for important key points following this presentation. Gastric bypass surgery can help prevent, improve, or even cure medical complications of obesity. This surgery reduces the size of your stomach to about that of a small egg, or about 1 to 2 ounces. A normal stomach is around the size of a football. Typical patients lose around 60 to 70% of their excess weight, but of course this, depending on the lifestyle changes, results can and do vary. This is why planning is essential. With gastric bypass surgery, part of your intestinal tract is rerouted, and calories, fat, protein, and other nutrients will not be well absorbed. A carefully planned diet after surgery is essential to help you recover, heal correctly, and maintain your health in the short and long term. With the decision to have gastric bypass surgery, commitment to eating changes is critical to achieve weight loss, to avoid discomfort and complications, and to prevent nutrition deficiencies and to maintain the weight loss. This is typically the hardest part. That is why practicing techniques and behaviors essential for success before your surgery can make a significant difference in your success. Remember, weight loss surgery is a tool which changes your body on the inside very significantly. It is up to you to change your life and adjust your environment on the outside, meaning of course home, workplace, and any other common settings in your life. It is important to remember that you will need to be ready for big changes in your body's functioning, lifestyle, and health habits. This is much easier said than done. Having a well-organized and written-out plan ahead of time can make an amazing difference. Social support from family and friends is an important consideration. Are they ready and willing to assist you after surgery? If not, can you find those who can? Ask your doctor's office for assistance in this planning. Nutrition evaluation and education by a registered dietitian before surgery is very important. You may already have been on many diets previously, but this is different. Learning the specific and important diet changes for after surgery is critical. Identifying your relationship with food is also critical for successful and long-term weight loss. With nutrition evaluation before surgery, relationships with food that need to be identified include danger zones in your home, office, or other areas, where you might have long-term habits established that involve overeating. You will need to consider the role of vitamin and mineral supplementation and commit to this plan if this is part of meeting your essential needs after surgery. You will need to be very clear on what your new portion sizes will look like compared to what you were used to. And the dietitian will be able to provide assistance with weight loss before the surgery date. Why diet before surgery? Great question, and there are great answers. Some may think that their eating days may be over once the surgery happens. They may then binge or overeat previous to the surgery, otherwise known as the Last Supper syndrome. Actually, once you recover, you can eventually eat many of the foods you enjoy, but portion sizes will be much smaller, and instead you will be needing a takeout box with your meals. If you overeat, binge, and gain weight before surgery, this can lead to respiratory difficulty, breathing and sleeping problems if they don't already exist, a more fatty and enlarged liver, which makes the surgeon's job more difficult, and increased stress on your heart, which is already stressed with any surgery. These are all excellent reasons to improve eating habits as soon as possible. It is also important to learn how to eat. Start working on these behaviors before surgery to help you prepare for your new lifestyle. Eat slowly and chew very thoroughly. Eating too quickly can cause a lot of pain and stomach distress. This really does take quite a bit of practice. Other ways to practice slow eating: use chopsticks, use child-size utensils, take tiny bites about the size of a shelled peanut, and chew very thoroughly. Use a kitchen timer to help you pace your eating and allow 30 minutes for completion of your meal. Practicing this over and over is very important, as you are retraining very stubborn habits. It is like learning how to drive or ride a bicycle all over again. It can't be emphasized enough how important portion control is for your health and well-being. Instead of full dinner plates before your surgery, practice using small salad plates for meals or even saucers. Purchase small food storage containers for portion control, and if dining out, take at least half or more home and order a healthy appetizer for your entree. Plan for your new eating pattern of 6 meals per day. Small meals are 1/2 cup each. Use measuring cups to become familiar with this portion size. Meal portion control is essential for avoiding stretching of your stomach pouch and to help promote weight loss. Remember, eating meals that are larger than this can cause damage to your new stomach pouch and defeat the purpose of the surgery. Once you have your surgery in the hospital, you will be started on a clear liquid diet. This usually includes fluids provided in small amounts throughout the day, as well as protein supplements. These fluids may include sugar-free gelatin, broth, and sugar-free flavored drinks. Once you are at home, your typical diet will progress from a full liquid diet, usually about 1 week, followed by a puree diet for about 3 weeks. Protein intake must be maintained at 60 to 80 grams per day to assist with healing and adequate nutrition, and fluid intake of at least 48 to 64 ounces per day is required to maintain your hydration. When you are allowed to eat a pureed diet, remember that all foods need to be the consistency of applesauce. Cut foods into small pieces and blenderize with some liquids. Strain out any lumps or seeds and use mild spices or extracts for flavor. Freeze extra food in ice cube trays for future meals. This is perfect portion control. On your puree diet plan, be sure to limit food to 2 to 4 ounces per meal, maximum 1/2 cup servings. Remember, eat the protein first. Aim for 6 small meals per day and use protein supplements to help meet your needs. Sip liquids between meals and not with meals. Remember, you are retraining your stomach. Avoid extremes in spices or temperatures. Realizing when you've had enough to eat is also important to practice before your surgery. Stop eating when you are comfortable, not full or stuffed. If at all possible, start wearing a belt as much as you can for a physical reminder before your surgery. Also, avoid distractions when eating, especially television and reading. Listen to slow, relaxing music to help you pace your eating. Practice drinking fluids all through the day. This is essential to avoid dehydration after surgery. Because your stomach will be much smaller, be sure to practice sipping instead of gulping. Your post-surgery fluid intake goal is 6 to 8 cups, or 48 to 64 ounces per day, or as your doctor advises. After surgery, it is typically recommended that you do not drink fluids with meals and wait at least 30 minutes after meals before consuming any fluids. The dumping syndrome is a very distressing and uncomfortable consequence of not following the diet carefully. Dumping syndrome results from fast passage of sugary fluids into the small intestine. This causes a rapid shift of fluid into this area and results in diarrhea and dehydration. Dumping syndrome is primarily caused by consuming sugary drinks, so be sure to read labels carefully. It is important to know symptoms of the dumping syndrome. These include lightheadedness and headache, sweating, nausea, rapid heartbeat, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. If this is persistent, make sure to contact your physician. Certain sugars are more likely to cause dumping. These include brown sugar, raw sugar or sucrose, dextrose, high fructose corn syrup, honey, maple sugar and syrup, and molasses. Look for these on the labels of any fluids or foods you may be consuming. Before your surgery, start paying extra attention to limiting foods high in fat. These are another cause of abdominal distress, as mentioned, but also very high in calories for a relatively small volume. Avoid these foods such as cream sauces, added butter, margarine, or oils. Examples of other high-fat foods include chips, anything fried, processed meats such as bacon, sausage, hot dogs, bologna, pastries, and high-fat dairy foods such as cheese. Adhering to a low-fat diet before surgery will make weight loss easier and assist with your surgery outcome. Get familiar with protein. When your stomach is restricted, and especially if you have had gastric bypass, your protein needs will be extremely important to keep up with. You will need about 60 to 80 grams per day. Protein sources should be eaten first at each meal and snack. Examples of high-protein foods include meat, fish, chicken, cottage and ricotta cheese, eggs, and yogurt. Greek-style yogurt is best because of its high protein content. Remember, after weight loss surgery, focus on protein and fluid intake as most important, as well as prescribed vitamin and mineral supplements. 1 ounce of protein-rich foods provides about 7 grams of dietary protein, but be sure to read labels. And protein powders and supplements are often very useful for meeting your needs, but quality counts. Look for whey protein isolate products. Supplementation is very important, and do follow directions given by your physician and surgeon. You will need to make sure to take the specific types recommended. These will be required for the rest of your life because of the malabsorption with gastric bypass procedures. Long-term severe health consequences can arise if this is not followed. There are several brands and types of supplements available, so make sure and know what is right for you. As a reminder, preparation for surgery also includes having the right foods available to you when you return home. So stock your kitchen beforehand with items such as canned broth, light juices and low-calorie fluids such as flavored waters, diet or sugar-free gelatin, sugar-free popsicles, light sugar-free yogurt, sugar-free pudding, as well as puree foods such as applesauce and several varieties of baby food, which can be very convenient when you are not strong enough to cook. Gastric bypass surgery is a life-changing experience and requires continuing education and support. There are many challenges that need to be faced before and after surgery. Many are not prepared or underestimate the physical and emotional adaptations needed. Therefore, a support group will help to optimize your weight loss success. In summary, preparing for weight loss surgery takes careful planning for the best outcome. Learn as much as you can before your surgery about what you will need when you get home. Discuss nutrition needs, supplements, and other health and medical concerns with your physician, nurse, and dietitian. And attend meetings and support groups for helpful ideas and insight to make your adjustment to your new body as easy as possible. For further important information and details, be sure to see the related presentation, Gastric Bypass Surgery and Nutrition, Part 2, Key Points.
This has been another presentation by My Weight World.